Hey, it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Sunday, November 14th. So today we do have the moon moving out of Pisces and moving into Arian energy. This is going to be a positive shift for us, definitely one that is very needed after what has been a very hypersensitive, very imaginative, very kind of go with the flow, kind of heavy weekend. Again, we can kind of contribute that to the sun being in Scorpio, the moon being in Pisces. Water on water makes for some very hypersensitive moments, some very overwhelming emotions, and a very reflective time that hopefully many of us took advantage of. Now, with the moon moving into Aries, this is where we get a spark again, where we get a little bit feisty, a little bit bold, a little bit courageous. We're ready to start fresh. We're ready to take charge. We want new experiences. We are fired up in all the right ways. We have 9 different aspects taking place here today. 7 of them involve the moon. So right out of the gate, we do have the moon making a sextile, a positive aspect with Pluto. Now this bodes very well for us because, like I said, the moon in Aries, we want to start fresh. We don't want to look back. We want to look forward. We want to muster up the courage. We want to be bold. We want to be brave. And because Pluto is kind of joining in the mix here, this is emotional transformation where we are moving away from the darkness, the depths of our darkness that we have been in while Scorpio season has been unfolding. And we are ready to cut the cord with some emotional and mental baggage that has really been holding us down and preventing us with moving forward. The moon in Aries is going to help us do just that. The moon goes ahead and makes a little bit of a tension aspect with Mars. And Mars, of course, rules over Arian energy. Mars is in its place of power in Scorpio, just as it would be in Aries. And this particular energy is going to give us the physical energy, the drive, the passion, the desire we need to actually make a physical move in our lives. This is more than just shifting our emotions and shifting our mental plane. This is about actually aligning with our mind, body, and soul and doing something about it. Now, our intuition is very high. We've had this very, like I said, highly intuitive, highly imaginative time with the moon in Pisces while the sun is in Scorpio. We have been visualizing, we have been inspired, we have new dreams, we have new visions, and our passion, our desires are now becoming more clear than ever, even if it means defining what it is that we are no longer willing to tolerate. That gives us a framework to figure out what it is that we want to rebuild. The moon goes ahead and makes a little bit of a tension point with Uranus. And this is going to be a beautiful energy because this Uranian energy zaps us with a shift in our perspective. It downloads us with an aha moment. There's a great probability of having an epiphany that will totally change the game. And because we're all fired up and thinking futuristically and no longer bound by the emotional and mental ties of our past, we are open-minded to seeing what could actually take place. But let me tell you, we do have to manage our energy with the moon in Aries because passion and anger, a very thin line actually divides the two. And because this Uranian energy is kind of triggering us because it is electricity, we do have to be mindful of how we're going to use this energy. Yes, it's great to be aggressive in a physical and emotional way in order to overcome things, but not to the point where it turns into a red line, it turns into frustration, it turns into anger. Yes, we are shifting our mental plane, but we're shifting because of the amount of confusion and lack of clarity. We don't want to get caught up in that. We don't want this to fester our inner fires and project our confusion, our restlessness, our anxiety and anger in the wrong ways. The moon's going to go ahead and bump into Mercury. And this is beautiful, especially at the fact that first we bump into Uranus, which is the higher level intellect, bringing new information in from divine source, from higher intelligence. And then we bump into Mercury, bringing that information down into the lower intellect, where we can apply logic and practicality to it and kind of sort through the details on what is possible here in this physical realm. And just as we kind of sort through and process some of these aha moments and epiphanies, Venus goes ahead and makes a beautiful aspect with Neptune. Now, Venus is kind of low and slow, a little bit somber, very down to business in Capricorn. She's really trying to be just productive and trying to sort things out and realize where her long-term goals and visions are actually coming very slowly, but are coming into fruition. And anytime Venus and Neptune get together, this is a perfect time, a perfect window to really visualize what it is that we need, what it is we want, what it is we desire, so that we can lock those prayers in with the cosmos and sit back and watch them manifest. We are just moving out of a very accelerated portal of manifestation. And because we have these new aha moments being downloaded to us, it is changing the game on what it is that we want, need, and deserve within ourselves. Of course, starting with our own self-love, but in our personal relationships as well. This whole Venus and Capricorn energy is all about worth and value and getting down to the nitty-gritty, the business matters of it all, on how we can kind of build strong enough foundations, not only to honor ourselves, but to make sure that we're only letting the right kinds of people in. If people aren't honoring us the way that we want to be honored, then we have no time, energy, or space for them. And Venus's time in Capricorn, especially when she prepares to go retrograde, is definitely going to be very revealing on who needs to stay and who needs to go. The moon is going to then sextile with the true node. This speaks volumes on us having these aha moments earlier in the day and really shifting our perception and our perspective on our current realities and on the realities in which we want to manifest. The true node, of course, is trying to get us on the right path in alignment with our new dreams, our visions, our goals, but we have to rework a couple of things. And because the moon is involved, feisty and bold and fired up and ready just to take charge and leave the past behind, this does speak very well that we're ready to make some emotional and mental advances within ourselves, really kind of draw a line between the old and the new, and kind of rework a couple of our plans, our visions, our dreams moving forward to get on the right path so that we can start actively pursuing the little bits and pieces that are needed in order to make the bigger picture. Venus, again, makes a different aspect, a little bit of a tension point with Jupiter this time. Venus and Capricorn making this semi-square with Jupiter is really going to emphasize what it is we want more of, what it is that we desire, what it is that we actually want, and does have the potential to put us in a little bit of a scarcity type of narrative. Of course, the semi-square is a tension point. It's a conflict. So we might get stuck in the, oh, woe is me, realizing that, oh, I don't like this. I want this to be different. I want more of this in my life. I need more love. I need more stability. I need more money. I need more honor. I need more respect. And sometimes when we have those realizations, it's because we're not getting those things in our present moment. Because Jupiter is about growth and expansion, we do have to make a move in order to bust free from these comfortability lines that we have built in our realities in order to step outside of the box and try something new in order to get a different result. But because Jupiter is also the great magnifier, if we get stuck in a scarcity mindset, on the woe is me, the victim mentality, thinking about all the things that we don't like in our present moment, of course, we become tunnel vision on that instead of thinking about all the things that we want to invite in. We tend to get stuck on all the things that we don't have. And again, really changes the vibration and the frequency in which is running through our mental plane. The moon goes ahead and makes a very harmonious aspect with Mars. This is going to be very good for us. It means that we've had some realizations, we've had these epiphanies, we've reworked a couple of things in our mental plane, in our heart space, and now we're going to do something about it in our physical realms. Now, this could be simply just exerting the right kind of energy and force in order to get things organized in our life, get things cleaned up, put things back in their spot. It could be taking an active move by, reaching out and asking the right questions to get the information that we're currently lacking in order to make a plan. Regardless, something is shifting. We are aggressing ourselves, because that is what Mars does. He is aggressing our plans, aggressing our intentions, and therefore we have the physical energy, drive, and passion needed in order to actually influence our physical realms and make a move of some kind. It feels like it's the right move to make because the moon goes ahead and bumps into Pluto. And as you may remember, we started the day off with the moon making an aspect to Pluto. Now, here's the thing. The aspect that we made at the beginning of the day was a sextile. That's a blending of energies. The moon and Pluto making an aspect closing out the day is a quintile, which is a little bit weaker of a harmonious aspect in which we experience with a sextile. So there are all kinds of good vibes, but basically what this suggests is that we start the day off right. We're open-minded, we're ready to make a change, we're ready to transform. We have all of these thoughts, all of these emotions taking place throughout the day, really altering the way that we've been looking at things and looking at ourselves and looking at our future. And then we get to a point where our heart and our head are on the same page. Again, you can thank the 1111 alignment portal for that last week. And of course, once our head and our heart agree, we can go ahead and make a move in our physical realms. And as you've seen, we had 2 opportunities with Mars throughout the day in order to advance and aggress ourselves on the right path and moving forward. This last aspect of the day between the moon and Pluto just shows us not only the growth that we've been able to accomplish within our inner realms and in our physical realms throughout the day, but it bosses us up that level. It really kind of solidifies that, you know what, I feel good about the direction. I feel good about my energy. I feel good about the efforts in which I've made. And it's setting us up for a beautiful but semi-chaotic day here on Monday. But overall, I feel like we're starting to feel things click. Mind, body, and soul.